Good morning. It is 8:26 a.m. on Saturday, February 26th, 2022. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. I'm up probably earlier than I might have been and didn't go back to bed because I'm reflecting on how sometimes when you get in a routine, you can try to rush through that routine without really thinking, and that might make you miss signs that something should change. And to illustrate this point, I will cite the example of my poor little dog. I took him outside earlier, and he peed and pooped, and it all seemed pretty routine to me at the time. But then when we came back inside, he seemed very insistent. He was whining and barking at the door. And sometimes he does that similar behavior when there's like someone he wants to talk to out in the hallway, but this wasn't the case this time as far as I could tell. He was hesitant to eat his breakfast, and I'm like, I'm not sure what's going on here. And he just did not let up. Like, I tried to calm him a couple of times, and he just would not stop. And I'm like, okay. So sure enough, I take him back outside, and he promptly runs over to the freshly fallen, pristine white snow and dumps a big load of poo diarrhea. Probably I should have done a content warning for that. I apologize. Right. Yeah. In any case, yeah. He seems like he's fine now, but it's just one of those things where if I hadn't been in such a hurry when I took him out the first time, might not have needed a second trip. But yeah, he seems okay now. After all of that, though, I didn't go back to bed. I need to go to the grocery store anyway this morning, but still, yeah, feeling a little tired. I was up late last night. I was finishing Prey, which is a video game that I've talked about before. It's a first-person action game set in a space station. It's experiencing a weird alien invasion sort of story. And it's got a lot of other interesting sci-fi elements, like the idea that there's these things called neuromods that can basically give you like new memories or skills or powers, almost like downloading them to you in the Matrix, except that what you're actually doing is injecting alien DNA into your eyeball. But one of the interesting story elements that doesn't really play into the gameplay at all is that these neuromods map with your brain to the extent that although the neuromod can be removed, if it is, you lose all of your memories back to the point where that neuromod was installed. They have to like reset your brain to where it was before you got that neuromod, almost like saving a video game or something. It was pretty neat. So I finished it, and I was a little wary of the end because I had heard some people talk about the ending and not liking it. But whatever they were describing, like I won't get into that, but I didn't really ever sort of feel like I encountered that. Or, maybe what it was, their general implication was that a game where you can largely sneak through and do things in all sorts of different ways kind of just becomes this gauntlet of enemies by the end. But that's kind of true, except that, I wonder if they kind of felt like every time you see one of these aliens, you have to fight it to the death instead of, running away or running past it. Because I found, that there were a lot of enemies and dangers towards the end, but for the most part, I was able to kind of just get past them. But there's a lot of options in the way you build your character in that game, so it's possible that their build made them less suited for that specific kind of challenge. But yeah, in any case, I thought it was a really great game, and I was excited to play it. And I experimented a little bit with some of the choices you can make at the ending, and I liked the ending. I won't like get into the spoilers of it, but now though, now that I've finished that one, I'll save the DLC for another time. But now I have Horizon Forbidden West and Elden Ring both available for me to play, and which one? Which one? Because I imagine that I will enjoy both. I might. What I had kind of said is that I might play the beginning of both of them to kind of see which one is calling to me more. But it's also true that right now Elden Ring is the one everyone's talking about, and so playing that one kind of lets me be part of that discussion. And I have a friend playing it, so maybe that's the way to go, to kind of lean in that direction. Because Horizon Forbidden West, I have no doubt that I will love it, but I will also probably love it at any point that I choose to play it, and it doesn't have to be. Maybe that's the one that I put on to take a break if Elden Ring gets too oppressive or something. Anyway, video games. And I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes. We have another session of our Root campaign returning tonight on Twitch. Check that out if you are so inclined. They're doing a murder mystery thing.